Hey, it's party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show. Monday, and you are naked. Hot news, Natalie.
I'm
you
not.
are practically naked.
And you're almost asleep.
I am. It's a big weekend.
You did have a big weekend.
Well, first of all, I had to get drunk with Stu Bergier on his stupid show because we had Power Hour that everybody saw. And you know what? I'm so committed to just the viewers that I made myself vomit at the end of the episode.
I saw.
Yes, that is your governor, Texas, right there. I'm a man of the people. I'm a giver backer. That's what I am. Then we had a lot of events this weekend, man. We're on the campaign trail, hot and heavy, but it's all for naught. You know why, Lisa Page?
Why?
Because Matthew McConaughey, he's already won.
That's a rumor.
He's already won. Doesn't even have to campaign. Doesn't even have to put a platform out there. Doesn't have to say anything that he believes. Doesn't have to talk about any points of politics. Doesn't have to discuss any issues. He's already won. They asked a bunch of UT students and the Dallas Observer. They put a poll out there. And McConaughey, he's already the governor of Texas.
45%.
Yeah.
Voting for him.
That's the deal. I think it was a 47%.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
47% of people are stupid in this state.
It's very true.
I bet 10% of those kids already thought he was governor.
It probably did. But that is the nature of politics these days. And there was one of those articles. There was a couple of those articles that actually mentioned me as someone who is a candidate. They didn't, of course, when they asked if they would vote for Chad Prather, the overwhelming response was, "Who?" Welcome to my life. People.
Also ran.
Yeah.
They'll know soon.
Yeah, we'll see. We're not about telethons, telephones, or televisions. We're about teleperson. This is a grassroots movement, which is another way of saying we're broke. We're broke. Prather2022.com if you want to remedy that. But anyway, we're out there. Friday night, I hate social media so much. They censor everything when we try to get a message out there. And the message I want to get out there is we're going to be in Oklahoma City. We're going to be at the National Cowboy Hall of Fame. Doing a show. Remember those? We still do shows. We don't just campaign all the time. Someone sent me a message today about Allison. They said, we've been trying to get in touch with Allison. We need her to do this and this and this and this and this. Everybody knows Allison. I said, Allison doesn't work for you. They're like, well, we know she's busy with her kids and the campaign. And I said, and running 6 other businesses that I have. She's got a lot going on. So don't be sending Allison a list of things to do. Yeah. Party foul, Steve.
Don't send me no list of things to do.
It ain't every place I go to campaign. Candace, you wouldn't believe this, Queen of the Ethiopians. Welcome back to Mark and Candace, by the way. You wouldn't believe this, Candace, that everywhere I go, people go, where's Party Foul? And I'm like, he don't want nothing to do with this politics business.
They tell me it's because it makes you look smarter when I'm around. So
I don't know about that, but Candace, should Steve be on the campaign trail with me?
I think he has some prospects for lieutenant governor.
I don't think
if anything
that's
else.
a good idea.
I don't think
or
that's
maybe
a good
like
idea either.
put him on the border situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting story. I went to the True Texas event on Saturday night. Great event out at South Fork Ranch. And, I'd never been there before.
You haven't. That's your first time.
That was my first time there, where they, of course, filmed the old Dallas show. I don't know how much they filmed there, but that was the ranch, right? Anyway, it's the first time I'd ever been there. And I talked with a pretty high up, influential person in the Republican Party. And they said, well, we have to go through the vetting process with you. And I said, okay, I know that. And they said, it's for those of you who don't know what a vetting process is. That's like sitting down, Jennings, with somebody hiring you for a job. And they interview you, basically. And then they determine whether or not the party is going to back you and endorse you as a candidate when you run on their ticket. And I said, I don't even think you need to do it because you're not going to want me as a candidate. There's too many things that are out there. I mean, there's just too many smears. There's too much past. There's too much history. You're not going to like any of it. I said, but that's why people love me, because I'm honest about it. See, the difference between me and these politicians in Austin is I own my indiscretions. They don't.
So what was their response to that? Because I like that you said that.
She said, well, it's going to be a hard process. I said, not for me, it won't be.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give it to you. And then you do with it what you want. So that's the way it is with me. What people fail to understand who are so entrenched in politics, they are still thinking that people are thinking the way they've always thought. People don't think about candidates that way anymore. I keep saying that if the insiders keep rejecting the outsiders and they're afraid of the outsiders, it's time for the outsiders to get the insiders to the outside. That makes sense? Because these political insiders, and I posted about this yesterday on social media, they're so busy looking for that guy that can pass the smell test to put him in office, that's what they want. The problem is the left, they're putting radicals in office. Radicals. That's why they're winning. They've already got the 2060 election, whenever that, they've already got 40 years down the road mapped out. We're still focused on our loss in 2020. We can't even get past that, much less plan the future. It's time for us to release these constitutional warriors out there and let them go. Nobody gives a shit about their past. Nobody cares. Let them go. Yeah.
Because everybody has one.
Everybody's got one. Everybody's got one. So don't at me, bro. Let's sell something, Candace. I'm ready. The Blaze and I have warned you about home title theft, where cyber thieves remove you from your home's title and become the owner. That's right. I said you better get home title locked because it's coming. Well, if you're on Facebook, there was a big breach, and Facebook had 500 million accounts exposed to cyber thieves. And according to a retired FBI cybercrime expert, everything those thieves need to take over as the new owner of your home was leaked by Facebook. Name, address, personal information. It's out. What the thief does is forges your signature on a quitclaim deed stating that you sold your home to them. They leave you in debt or even have you evicted. So you got to do what I do. Protect your home's title with Home Title Lock. Go to HometitleLock.com, register your address to see if you're already a victim. Sign up for 30 free days of protection during this high-risk breach. Go to HometitleLock.com. You need to use promo code RADIO. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code RADIO. We'll be right back. You remember when the riots were a Trump problem?
Yes.
It was Trump's police that was shooting black people. It was all because of Donald Trump. Well, guess what? How many shootings have we had now since Biden took over?
Oh, it's still his fault. This is just
still
aftermath.
Trump's fault.
It's a residual Trump
It's residual.
effect.
It's just carryover from the Trump administration. But Portland is on fire again.
Yeah.
They're vandalizing, rioting, and burning down Portland. Because even with Joe Biden in office, these assholes just can't get enough of their bloodlust. They're going to continue doing what they're doing. Do you see that they vandalized the mural that was in honor of George Floyd? They vandalized, apparently George Floyd doesn't matter anymore.
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's the insanity that we're living with, right? And it's not even insanity anymore. It's pure stupidity, this stuff.
It should just be hashtag nothing matters.
Yes.
Nothing. No
Nothing
one
matters.
cares. They don't care.
They set the Apple store on fire.
Ay.
Yeah.
Who hadn't wanted to set the Apple store on fire?
It's funny. Genius bars on fire.
Did they take anything before they set it on fire?
I don't know, but I just know that I'm going to start looting.
Oh, that's good for.
It's the best way to get free stuff.
You start looting around here, you're liable to get shot.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm going to go somewhere else.
Okay.
Go up there and do it.
Yeah, I'm going to go somewhere
You're gonna
else.
have to go where looting is cool.
Several hundred people marched through Portland on Friday during the BLM protest. The crowd chanted, "If we don't get it, shut it down," and Black Lives Matter. Portland police reported looting and some stores were vandalized with anti-cop graffiti. Just go ahead. I don't think they should defund the police nationally, but if a place like Portland wants to defund the police and be anti-cop, then just remove the cops.
Give it a shot.
Let them have it.
Give it a shot.
These
Didn't they do
places
that
like
with the
Rashida
little-
Tlaib, when she says we've got to get rid of the police because they're militarized and blah, 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 then just don't have police in her district. Let's do that. And make her live there.
Yeah, and actually take away all of her security too, her armed guards. She gets none of that either.
Yeah. So
didn't they try this with the whole Chaz Chop
They
thing?
did.
they did.
And
They tried.
immediately
People
people started
died.
getting murdered.
People died.
Yeah.
Well, then they created their own police.
That's right. Yes.
Like in no time, next thing you know, Chaz has police.
Last summer, Apple had a mural of George Floyd and the words "I can't breathe" painted on the tech company's downtown Portland store. Apple donated the artwork to the nonprofit Don't Shoot PDX, started by Black Lives Matter supporter Teresa Rayford. They went ahead and screwed that up. They tore that mural down. They
They
set
didn't like
that
it.
place on fire. I love it when they eat their own, Jennings. I love when they eat their
Right.
own. It's pretty interesting to see what happens. I just sit back and just watch Rome burn. I'm telling you, we're at a point that's what's happening.
The problem is that we're also in the middle of it. Like, you don't get to watch it objectively from a distance because we're all one country. So anything that's happening that's going to cause future, legislative issues or any of it, it will all affect us in some way or
Yeah.
another.
That's why I keep saying that Texas is going to be its own country by default.
Good.
Have to.
Let's go.
Because everything, we're going to be separated off from the rest of the nation just by default. A lot of other states are as well. Because these people have lost their mind to the point where it's just they're going to destroy themselves.
Mm-hmm. I said Governor Prather's going to have to secede us.
Secede us.
Yeah,
Secede
free
us.
us, Chad.
Yeah.
Free us.
I don't have a receding hairline. I got a seceding hairline. That's what I'm
on a
talking
t-shirt.
about. Yeah.
Prather 22.
Secede us.
The seeding hairline.
Yeah. Maxine Waters.
Oh, my favorite person.
Maxine Waters.
Not this one.
Maxine Waters.
Gosh.
Yeah, so she made some remarks late Saturday night where she encouraged activists to get more confrontational on the street if Derek Chauvin is not convicted of murdering George Floyd. I saw some video of this happening where they were getting in the face of these police officers and stuff. And, if you just blow their brains all over the back of the street right there, you'll end that real quick. But we can't be mean.
Nope.
Can't be mean. Or just take the butt of your rifle and just boom, right there, break a cheekbone. I mean, that's where we're at.
And could you imagine if Trump had said, get more confrontational? Get more confrontational.
Yeah.
He didn't even say that, and he went on trial for it.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
I feel like they're going to
Seriously.
riot no matter what.
Oh, and you know what? Yeah, exactly. And whatever the outcome is with the cop, Derek, it doesn't matter. They're all going to riot anyway. It doesn't matter if he's found guilty or innocent. They give him life or 4 years.
No matter
Everyone's
what.
going to riot, and we're all going to roll our eyes for more lawlessness.
And everybody's racist.
And everybody's racist. And yes, this is Biden's America.
So the thing that I love to say these big controversial statements like, just butt them in the face with the rifle, because people are like, oh, you're advocating for insurrection. No, see, you're sweeping under the rug the things that people like Maxine Waters say. But if I say, like I did yesterday on Facebook, that Democrats have had their strategies planned out and it's time for us to release constitutional warriors and take back our country, people say, oh, you mean like storming the Capitol?
Right.
God, you're a moron. I mean, if that's your logical conclusion. But right here, you're exactly right, Lisa, when she says need to get more confrontational. We got to make sure that they know we mean business. Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't you just get more people killed there,
Burn your own
Maxine?
house
I
down.
mean, yeah, you just keep giving permission to all these Democrats. Keep being okay with it.
But she gets to say it.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's not even just okay with it. I mean, she's actively
She's encouraging
endorsing
it, yeah. And where's Pelosi on this? Aren't they asking Pelosi to strip her of her duties? Pelosi's going to be like, what? She's
When
fine.
you say something like that, this trial of Derek Chauvin's going on. What you're doing is, Matt Walsh said this. He said Maxine Waters is trying to intimidate a jury to influence the outcome of a murder trial. Every elected Republican in the country should be calling for her immediate arrest and removal from Congress. It's exactly what they did for Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what they did. Crowder, he said if Trump was removed from Twitter and Facebook, inciting violence, then Maxine Waters needs to be federally charged and impeached. Impeach!
This isn't her first infraction either. I mean, but she can do it.
Yeah. Brian Dean Wright, Democrat and former CIA officer, said Maxine Waters is a threat to the Republic. Ted Cruz says Democrats actively encouraging riots and violence. They want to tear us apart. We got to stay on the street, Waters was recorded saying, adding that protesters needed to get more confrontational and they should ignore the curfew in place. Impeach! Maxine Waters. The problem is you got Maxine is a chucklehead. I mean, she's not a bright person. And the fact that, see, and I get such a kick out of the folks who say, well, you're running for office, you're not qualified. I mean, are you kidding me? Look at some of the people that hold public office. People like Sheila Jackson Lee. That woman is a chucklehead. She's not bright. Look at Maxine Impeach Waters. Look at Gerald Nadler. Gerald Nadler is a lipid.
Nadler.
Yeah, Nadler.
Nadler.
Jerry Nadler. We're not packing the courts. We're unpacking the courts.
Nadler.
He is only silly from the pants down.
The dude is bigger around than he is tall. Anyway, the guy is cholesterol. He is walking cholesterol.
Yeah.
He is walking flatulence is what he is. Jerry Nadler. FedEx gunman was able to buy 2 rifles despite FBI investigation and prior weapons seizure. See, these are the kind of things that shouldn't happen, right?
Yep.
So Brandon Hull, the 19 years old FedEx gunman who shot and killed 8 people before taking his own life on Thursday, was able to acquire 2 rifles despite a prior FBI investigation and seizure of his shotgun in March 2020. Those are the kind of things that can't happen.
There's your trouble.
That's the problem.
That's a federal problem.
And let me solve a lot of problems right now with something that's not politically correct.
Oh.
I'm going to solve the gun problem, the shooting problem. I'm going to solve the homeless problem. I'm going to the veteran issues. I'm going to solve them all right now. You ready? Mental health. We've got to focus on mental health. And even if it violates some people's quote-unquote civil liberties, we got to get these people taken care of. You've got to deal with mental health. One of the things I'm doing right now is meeting with mental health experts. That's what we've been doing. So we've been bringing in experts, sitting down. Tomorrow during the day, I'm going to be meeting with several economists again because we're talking about the property tax issue. I'm meeting several people who are talking about this mental health issue because you don't just put people in asylums anymore. You don't put them in mental health facilities, whatever you want to call them, because we emptied those out in the 80s and all these crazies got together and started procreating and had another generation of crazies, and that's what we see living under the bridge in Austin, right? That's mean, ain't it? Ain't it mean? It's a mental health issue.
It is.
The guy walking behind my house the other day, cranked out of his friggin' mind. The guy is not there. I saw him again yesterday. These are things that have got to be addressed. I don't care who it pisses off. I don't care whose feelings it hurts. We got to deal with these people. Get them the help they need.
Do you think
these are the issues.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, and then these background check issues, you don't have those. Because you don't have people with mental health issues taking the background check.
I was just going to say, if you haven't ever experienced somebody who's having one of these mental meltdowns or an out-of-body experience, maybe you should, because then you'll realize truly what an issue is. Because if you haven't experienced that, it is one of the scariest things you will ever see in your life. It is truly over the top. Just
and
terrifying.
You've experienced tragedy in your own life in recent days with a friend, and that is the kind of thing. I mean, these kind of deals is bad. But what do we do? We exacerbate the situation in our society by saying you got to lock down, you got to shut down, you got to put a mask on and wear a face diaper, and you got to distance
take guns
from everybody.
away from law-abiding citizens.
And we're driving people crazy.
Right.
By all these mandates.
True.
We're driving people insane. And what's crazy is this crap wasn't happening a year ago.
Well, and also when you look at the actual statistics, I would imagine what you'd find is that it's not really happening now. What we're seeing is the outlying incidents. We're seeing the times that something falls through the cracks, but they're not showing us all the thousands of times that it doesn't fall through the cracks. I mean, we have a system that's pretty good at what it does, considering, you know, how many guns there are in America, how many potentially violent situations arise all the time.
Yep.
For there to be as few incidents as there are that they make the news like this suggests to me that there are an awful lot of times when the system works.
Yeah.
And we don't focus on that because that doesn't drive the narrative.
You're right, Jennings.
I
hate
usually
saying
am.
those words. And by the way, and we'll talk about this some more. This I love talking about people just getting owned by themselves. That BLM co-founder,
Yeah.
that bought the $1.3 million
home.
house. Yeah, and then now she's got 4 of them, and she's living in a white neighborhood. I got some things I want to say to y'all about that whole thing. But first, and look, I do love my guns. Don't get me wrong, and I believe that more people should own guns. We should own more guns, but we need to deal with mental health, right?
Yep.
And the other thing I like is gun accessories. Yes. Yeah. Northwest Retention Systems, NW Retention Systems. I want you to go follow them specifically on Instagram, but follow them on social media. It's very good stuff. You'll see the items that they've got. They are America's premier holster and everyday gear manufacturer. They're no compromise, top shelf, absolute great company. Every company says that, but these folks prove it. And my buddy Tim Anderson that runs and owns NW Retention, they got great gear and product innovation is his obsession. It's a custom shop providing holsters and systems for hundreds of firearms, proud to be all-American and to be manufacturing all of their products in the United States, and they employ Americans. They've got a lot of goals, and one of them is to bring the greatest quality, value, and service to the marketplace. Another one is to be innovative and continue to build and provide the best quality lifestyle gear to industry. And another one is to show gratitude, help their fellow man, build relationships, train, educate. They're a personal company. They work to bring the very best to their customers and go above and beyond and improve their communities. They got the new rifle slings out. Steve, you got one of them?
Got one.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them. And they're fantastic. Their stuff is awesome. And I was wearing it. I'm wearing the belt right now. I got the NW. You want to see it again right here?
I do.
You see that?
Yes.
I ain't going to stand up and show my crotch again. I did that last time we were talking about NW.
Been there, done that.
Here, anyway, I love these guys. You're never going to be disappointed. And I want you to check out their top-selling Scout chest holster and check out their website. They got some really cool stuff. Go to NW Retention. Let me see if I can see it. NWRetention.com. Enter the promo code WatchChad. You'll get 10% off. NWRetention.com. We'll be right back. Now, Patrice Cullors, she is the co-founder of Black Lives Matter. She is, like her other co-founder, they're trained Marxists. They are Marxists. They are avowed Marxists. But she has 4 homes. And she says that doesn't defy. I was listening to her interview the other day on the radio. They were playing a clip of it. She said it doesn't defy her Marxist principles because her family uses those homes.
Oh. Well,
I mean, I can have my home in the country. I can have my home at the lake. I can have my home in the city. You know, I'm going to use them. My family's going to use them. Oh, bless
Sorry,
you.
I'm sorry.
COVID.
Sorry.
So she uses them to support her own family. So she addressed the recent news stories about the organizations and her personal property purchases. She was very adamant in making it clear that she had never taken a salary from the Black Lives Matter organization. Instead, she said her income had been from a deal with YouTube and from speaking engagements. I do a lot of YouTube and I do a lot of speaking engagements. I cannot afford $1 million home in, I mean, I could, but I don't just run out and buy a bunch of houses. And anyway.
Why isn't she sharing that with everybody instead of buying all these homes?
Well, that wouldn't be right, would it?
So her income from YouTube pays for 4 of these homes. Like, well, I'm in the wrong business.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
She said she didn't take a salary. That
You're
doesn't mean
also in the wrong skin color, though.
Yeah. She said, the way that I live my life is in direct support to black people, including my black family members, first and foremost. And for so many black folks who are able to invest in themselves and their community, they choose to invest in their family, and that's what I've chosen to do.
And we will be on a Cribs next week.
My gosh. I mean, this is just and you know who gives money to Black Lives Matter? Not blacks. Black Lives Matter would not be funded in any way, shape, or form if it was left to the black community to fund it. You know who funds it? White people with white guilt.
Mm-hmm.
That's who does it. Go to a Black Lives Matter rally. You won't see black people there. You'll see white people who feel guilty for being white. This is the problem. So, yeah, she should be living in a white neighborhood in the hills of California because white people paid for it.
She fits right in.
I did see a BLM event recently, and Christian Walker was there, black dude, who was just getting berated by a bunch of white people. How dare he come to this event? Black guy at the BLM, ripping him up to shreds. Okay.
Let me tell you how I afford my $1 million homes. Dogecoin. I don't know. You guys keep up with the cryptocurrency at all?
Not that one.
Okay, you should.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, because
I
it
literally
made
just
people
bought and
overnight
sold.
millionaires this past week. I mean, big time.
Okay, hold on.
Because the thing went from like a nickel to 40 cents.
It was 3 cents, and then it went up. I think the highest I've seen was 49 cents.
Okay, Joseph just
I know
invested
because I
in
dropped
something.
some money
I'm gonna see
into
if
it,
we're rich.
and I made a little bit of money back out of it, but I didn't catch the wave exactly right this time.
Yeah.
So
I love seeing that crypto money pour in there.
I'm up.
I love
You
it
just
when
check?
Elon Musk tweets about Dogecoin. Cryptocurrency MetaPrank Dogecoin was surging once again on Friday, soaring more than 400% for the week and briefly hitting more than 43 cents in early trading before paring back slightly, but once again proving that fans of the coin everyone used to laugh at are no longer joking around. Let's see what it's doing at the time of this taping, my friends. Bum, bum, bum. Let me open up my
I
app.
think it's 39.
Let's see where it's at. Oh, it's at 39. It's at 39 cents. I'm getting rich again, Mom. I'm getting rich again, Mom. It's party time. I'm staying horned.
Stay horned.
Stay horned. This is fantastic to watch.
Okay, we're not rich.
We're not. No,
I asked
you didn't do
Joseph.
any
He
Dogecoin.
invested in. Yeah, I don't. I guess it wasn't that one. He said we're rich in love.
Oh, that is special.
He really.
That is really special.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Dogecoin. It's right now. It's at 39 cents. I can't wait for it to run up to a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
Y'all won't see my white ass. I'm gonna be living with Patrice Colors out there in
Yeah, you'll
California.
be buying a house next to her.
I'll be hanging out with Patrice.
Patrice.
I'm gonna be some of that BLM money.
Holler at Patrice.
Yeah. An eBay account, Steve. Here's how you're gonna get rich. All right. Here's how you're gonna rich.
All right.
eBay account reportedly sold over 100 fake COVID-19 vaccination cards in 2 weeks. I kept saying, people kept saying, well, what are we going to do if they, I don't want to get a vaccination, but they're going to request these vaccinations. I said, we're going to forge that shit. We're going to forge it. We're going to create some fake passports. COVID-19 vaccination card displayed at the Banning Recreation Center Tuesday. eBay account. FBI is warning people about engaging in selling or purchasing fake COVID cards online. Agency said that engaging in those types of scams is a crime. Announcement comes after the rise of sale of phony CDC vaccine cards. In the eBay account sold over 100 of those vaccination cards in 2 weeks. And,
All they have to do is print novelty on the back of it, and then it's like not real.
well, the problem is if it's
at
the unauthorized use of an official government agency seal, such as HHS or Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. You can punish that under Title 18 United States Code Section 1017, according to the FBI. Yeah. And it gives, here's the real catch-all. You ready for this? It puts other people at risk of getting COVID-19. That's the deal right there. So if you're vaccinated, warn people who are vaccinated to not publish pictures of their cards on social media because your personal information could be stolen to commit fraud. So all of these people out there virtue signaling with their little cards, holding them up, going, look, I've got my second shot. You're stupid.
Totally my mom. My mom just did that. I'm like, Mom,
Stop
your
it, Marlene.
address is not even marked off.
Stop it.
Marlene.
Oh,
Marlene. Don't tell her name now.
Marlene.
Sounds like we need to start convincing people on the left that you're not really virtuous unless you show us your credit card information.
Yeah.
I think they'd fall for it.
I don't know. I don't know. The use of your platforms to disseminate the deceptive marketing and sales of fake vaccine cards is a threat to residents of our states. Oh, it's okay. Guess what, guys? Whether it's COVID-19 or something else, you're all going to die.
We're all going to heaven or hell.
Everybody's going to die.
Fake IDs have been around forever.
I mean, this is where we're at, folks. I can't wait just to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
I honestly, here's what I want to do. This is what I was thinking over the weekend. I just don't even want to go out in public anymore. Like, come on, Dogecoin. Come on, Dogecoin. I just want to spend my summers floating in the lake. You know?
Oh,
just
yeah.
boom. That's just what I want to do. I don't want to see people. I don't want to be around people. That's where I'm at.
Well, you got to be governor.
I know. I got to be.
Yeah. You
Because
gotta be.
Dogecoin ain't going to make me enough money
Well,
to just disappear.
yeah.
But I don't want to be around people anymore. What would you do if there was a sudden food shortage? I mean, like, for instance, if suddenly at my lake house, my $1 million lake house, while I was out there being alone, suddenly I couldn't get my food delivered to me anymore. What if we became like Venezuela? Well, the way things are going, the future doesn't look so good. You know it, I know it, and we're in bad shape. Smart thing to do is to stockpile high-quality emergency food that you can only get from My Patriot Supply, America's leader in survival food. Right now, save $50 off their popular 4-week food kit that gives you over 2,000 calories a day and will stay fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage. Go to preparewithchad.com and you'll get the emergency food you need before your next emergency. Your 4-week food kit will arrive discreetly at your door in just a few days. Now's the time to prepare for the unexpected. Preparewithchad.com. Go to preparewithchad.com and we'll be right back. So we're getting flagged on YouTube for various topics. Candace, will you pull the microphone over there? Do you have those topics that we can't discuss anymore? Dare we even say them on this show?
All right. So they include, obviously, COVID, any form of mask use, election fraud, BLM, or protests.
There you go. So we don't have a show anymore.
Right. And scene.
So we can't talk about masks, COVID, election fraud. We can't talk about BLM. And what was the last one?
And anything about protests.
Anything about protests. So we've nailed 3 of the 6 so far in this episode. Well, the DOJ is reportedly investigating ex-Trump official who debunked the Russia collusion narrative. Kash Patel, the former GOP congressional aide who uncovered the FBI's surveillance abuse against Trump campaign, is the target of a federal leak investigation, according to the report from the Washington Post. So here we go, folks. We're going to get flagged again. They got to stop Asian hate is what they got to do. This man's name is Kash Patel. I promise you, he ain't from Tennessee.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's from India.
Yep. So the investigation was sparked by a complaint made by the intelligence agency, according to Ignatius. David Ignatius is who that is, who's a columnist for the Post. By his own admission, Patel has ruffled feathers in the intelligence community, FBI and Justice Department, due to his aggressive efforts to unlock details of the counterintelligence investigation against the 2016 Trump campaign. While working on Capitol Hill, he played a central role in an investigation that uncovered details about the infamous Steele dossier, as well as the FBI's use of Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, the FISA, warrants against former Trump campaign aide Carter Page. Oh, it's just all unraveling. Yeah. So don't investigate anything.
No.
You'll get called out.
You're
You
in
get
trouble.
investigated yourself.
You're in
Don't ruffle
trouble.
any feathers, folks. Don't mess with the establishment, Steve.
Come on, Patel.
Not gonna happen.
Steve wants to go to political rallies with me. He's scared to because he thinks they're going to do a background check on him.
Yeah.
He thinks they're going to start investigating him.
Actually, I don't know. I'm not opposed to going. I just haven't really been asked yet. Hey, and then my next question is, am I getting paid?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I'm not.
yeah. See,
I'm not. I am literally covering these counties for free. Prather2022.com.
you can write that off. Wait, you can pull from your campaign fund, pay for gas, pay me.
Nope, not at all how that works.
Oh.
Not at all how
Like,
that
that's a
works.
horrible
You got
idea.
petty cash.
There is no cash. I've had people take cash out and say, we want to give you a campaign. We do not touch cash, period.
I
Yeah.
do. They can just give it directly to me.
Now, legally,
Will not go into your
we
fund.
could, but you have to keep records of everything. So we just don't do it. No cash. You got to go to Prather2022.com and you donate there.
I can't Venmo you.
You cannot. We don't
Okay.
use PayPal. We
Well, it's
don't
not
use Venmo.
cash. I mean, it's Venmo.
We have a political CPA
Yeah.
who handles those kind of things. We don't
Take-
even pay our own bills.
Doge coins.
No crypto.
And no crypto.
We don't pay for campaigns with crypto. Anyway, that's what we've got going on. So we were with James O'Keefe Saturday night. Of course, James O'Keefe's Project Veritas. It's amazing the stuff that he uncovers with just going undercover with video and audio. CNN staffer who secretly recorded admitting the network used propaganda to help get Joe Biden elected president also said they played up the COVID-19 death toll for ratings and that the order came down directly from top brass.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So this was, of course, revealed by Project Veritas. Charlie Chester, a technical director at the cable network, was filmed by Project Veritas during a series of fake Tinder dates as he explained how fear really drives numbers. The man went on a Tinder date.
Many.
COVID gangbusters with ratings is what he told a staffer, which is why we constantly have the death toll on our side. It would make our point better if the COVID death toll was higher, he said. These assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. She claimed to be a nurse, the one who went on the dates, went on 5 dates with the CNN staffer, including the final one at the coffee shop at Chester's neighborhood. It's unclear when they took place. Let me just tell you something. Steve, you talk about, we joke about it. I trust no one anymore. No one.
Except us.
I don't trust y'all at all.
Oh, never mind.
I have no idea what Steve's going to say to somebody at a show while he's selling T-shirts or just schmoozing about taking. I have no idea what Steve's going to say.
No idea.
Because you think everybody's your friend. Yeah. Now they're planting operatives. Every event I go to, I just anticipate that if I don't know that person personally, they're probably an operative.
Got it.
Trying to get you to say something. And look, I don't care about, I was talking with Shelley Luther. Shelley Luther's so funny. I saw her, we spoke at an event. I was with Ken Paxton and Sid Miller and Shelley. And Shelley said, she said, you got to be careful with some of the things you say. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say whatever I want to say. Because it's not the transparency of my life or my past that I'm worried about. I don't want to joke about anything that would be illegal, like saying we're going to use petty cash or Dogecoin to, we say that as a joke.
Yeah.
Then people turn it around and be like, oh, well, Prather's doing. Yeah. The illegal stuff is what we don't talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't trip up.
Yeah. Chicks we banged in the 90s, that's another story.
Right.
They got a lot of material there.
So that's but Shelly, like when I joke with stuff, she's like, you can't say things like that. And I'm like, yes, I can.
Doesn't she know you're unapologetic? That's the whole theme. That's
She
your
would,
mantra.
she said that her campaign people wouldn't let her eat corn dogs in public.
Stop it.
Like if they were at a thing, she said they would literally just slap them out of her hand because they didn't want anybody taking a picture of her eating a corn dog.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. I'm gonna eat a corn dog.
Yeah, man. I'm going to
on
eat a corn
camera.
dog for
I'm
Kelly
like,
Luther.
Shelly, I would
Shelley
have
Luther.
3 in my mouth.
Yeah.
If they told me that, I would have 3 in my
Yep.
mouth. That's the difference, though.
Like-
That's the difference. I ain't playing this political game. I mean, what, you want to, Chad Prather sucking on a corn dog. Okay, John Mellencamp. Sucking on a chili dog.
He's sucking on 3.
Oh my
Let's get it
gosh.
right.
Let's see how many corn dogs Chad can get in his mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh. If anybody is going to put a picture out there of Shelly or whoever with a corn dog in her mouth trying to make her look bad, then people ought to understand that's just stupid.
I don't know if that makes you look bad.
I don't
I
think
mean,
it does.
that's as relatable
But
as
you
you
got to
can
understand.
get.
Honestly, that should be a qualifier for being governor. Is how many
Bingo.
hot dogs.
Elected.
Listen, man, I was walking through the Capitol. The other day, and I was walking past those offices, and you can literally smell the fellatio in there.
Yes.
I mean, you know, come on.
Yes.
bet
You
Governor-
really think,
I bet Abbott doesn't even walk through the Capitol.
okay, there it is, not an
Okay.
official statement from Prather 2022.
All right. All right.
That's Steve, that's not Chad. This dick.
See, I was back on fellatio thinking for the women, no, you smell. So,
Wow.
well,
You're
Steve,
killing
and then
me,
he said
Steve.
that.
Steve, you're going to ruin his chances.
bad.
Candace,
The more you talk about it, I mean, the more Steve sounds like a textbook operative himself.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you guys are like, you can trust us. Hell no, I can't.
I think there's a
I
route.
never
among
know
us.
what Steve's going to say.
You only have your best
If you see me
interests in
moving to a
mind,
$1 million
comrade.
home, you know I've been bought off.
Yes.
We need one of them party foul buttons where we just hit it and it goes,
Yes, like a gong or something.
the stuff that comes
buzzer.
out of his mouth. Anyway, no, I don't trust anybody anymore because that's the thing. You can't joke about anything. I can't wait for my vetting process with the Republican Party.
Oh my.
They're gonna vet Chad Prather. They're gonna be like, you did what now?
Yeah. What is that?
I'm like, you don't have to vet me. Just watch my show. We tell it all. We'll be right back. You know, we talked about Portland and the riots. Ding, ding. Red flag for YouTube right there. Oregon is considering indefinitely mandating masks and social distancing in all businesses, cutting an opposite path from the other states that are easing pandemic rules as vaccinations grow. In other words, they want to keep it forever.
That's ugly people. That's the only reason why they want that. They're ugly.
This when will masks be unnecessary? That's what they want to know. There you go.
No.
Come see me in Oklahoma City Friday night, the National Cowboy Hall of Fame. We're putting on a show, folks. And Party Foul Steve will be there with his foot
I'll be there. In my mouth.
in his mouth. And Jesse Payton will be with us. Steve Helm's going to roll up, I think. We're going to have some fun. You can find my full schedule at watchchad.com. It's where all the fun stuff is. And don't forget, pre-order the book, Am I Crazy? Final edit this week, and then it goes to the publisher if they can find enough paper to print it on. Literally, there's a paper shortage going on. They're making us edit any cuss words out, which pisses me the hell off.
The good news is that once we take all the cuss words out, there should be enough paper.
There should be plenty of paper once we edit all the
my-
cuss words
My
out.
neighbors bought a pallet of toilet paper way back. You can come get some of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, that it will definitely be a bathroom book. So everybody, make sure you pre-order Am I Crazy, where books are sold. We will see you tomorrow night. Thanks for tuning in. Share it, rate, review. Love y'all. God bless. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.